I passed my certified cowboy test.
Hello everybody. It's hard to believe, well it's hard to believe for me that it's been 1 year now since I was last in Tonquin Valley here in Jasper National Park. This is my 4th trip into Tonquin Valley, and on this trip this is a workshop that I've put together. So I have 6 other clients with me. 3 of them have decided to take horses into the lodge, and the other 4 have decided to hike the 23 kilometers in with me. And I've got to say, the hike in is just absolutely stunning right now. The weather is perfect, it's quite cool out, and the weather is quite variable. So 1 minute it'll be sunny, and then we might get a little bit of hail or drizzle. The only thing that's a bit of a pain with hiking in is that the trail is extremely muddy. So there's a bit of a quagmire of mud. But other than that, it's absolutely gorgeous. The autumn color in here with the peaks behind me is just fantastic. So I'm really looking forward to getting into Tonquin Valley. We're forecast to have 10 centimeters or more of snow, and then perhaps some clearing after. So it could be a bust or it could be a really good trip. Anyway, so far it's been really quite something. We have about 6 kilometers left to go, and then it's coffee and cake time. So I'm looking forward to that. All right, onward. All right, so this is our first day in Tonquin Valley for real. Everybody seems to be rested up, and we've come out to this little pond here, which I came to last year, and it has some beautiful golden sedges along the edge of the pond with these reeds, and then when it's clear out, you get a great view of the ramparts, which is kind of the predominant feature of this area. But as you can see, unfortunately, there isn't any mountain to be seen this morning. So everybody's been concentrating on kind of the edge of the little lake here and the fog and the trees. But you know, without a little bit of light or something a little bit more interesting, it's a bit of a challenge. But we're going to hang out here. Everybody's pretty optimistic, so that's a good thing. Hang out here for a little bit longer, and hopefully the mountain will show. Day 3 of our Tonquin Valley adventure, and as you can see, the weather has not improved. I got the snow that we desired, more than we desired, but we haven't got the light that we were hoping for. So we still have a day or so left, so there's still hope. Behind me here, believe it or not, there's some pretty majestic looking peaks, but of course you can't see them today, so you'll just have to take my word for that. Everybody seems to be in pretty high spirits, so that's good for me. And fingers crossed for good light this afternoon. The conditions are just absolutely fantastic. It's just a matter of waiting for the light. And that's one of the things about landscape photography. I mean, this past 3 or 4 weeks, I've been on several trips, and the light has not been friendly to me at all, except for the bugaboos. So that's one of the things about landscape photography. You need an awful lot of patience to get the shots that you want. But with enough patience, eventually you will get the images that you're looking for. So I'm just going to wander around the area, see if we can find some more compositions, and then hopefully we'll get the light that we want. All right. The conditions are absolutely fantastic. So we're just going in to have a little bit of lunch with the group that I'm with, and the sun is trying to come out now, and it's trying to clear, and you can see the ramparts. So with all this snow, it really is quite beautiful, and it's kind of what I was hoping for. Hopefully we'll get some nice evening light, and if we do, then perhaps I can go over a composition or two with you guys and kind of give you an idea of what I'm thinking. But of course the group kind of comes first. Anyway, onward to a good hearty lunch, I hope. Right. So this pond is quite exceptional because we get a great 300 or more or less 360 degree view of all the mountains around the whole area. So it's a great place to come early in the morning or late in the afternoon. So it's getting later in the afternoon, and the conditions have really improved considerably. And we're just waiting for the light to more or less hit this peak. It keeps hitting parts of it, but not the whole peak. And it's quite beautiful because we have these grasses down in the foreground here, and this little snow kind of peninsula. So I've got that in the foreground with the grasses, and then my tripod is kind of precariously, it's quite wobbly here. I have to be quite careful, but I've managed to get it high enough so I can just get a reflection of the tip of the peak in here. So it's just an absolutely spectacular scene. Just a matter of waiting for a little bit of the light to kind of, give it a bit of depth and make it a bit more exciting. The blue sky really helps a lot. Gives the sky and the reflection a lot of texture and color. So everybody's kind of spread out around the lake here, and I think everybody's pretty happy with the conditions, seeing as we've been waiting for a little while now. So we're out here on the third morning, and had a lot of fog. Well, it was quite clear last night, but we have a lot of fog, and it's quite cold this morning. And the fog is slowly misting, and it's just absolutely incredible. I don't know if you can see this, but the ramparts are just revealing themselves. Now, we don't have alpine glow, but it's still spectacular. And then the grasses here are rimmed with frost, and then we kind of have to be careful that we don't you know, kind of put footprints in these like little snow hummocks, I guess you would call them. So they make a really nice foreground. But yeah, it's absolutely just beautiful, just beautiful. And then you can just see the fog just kind of rising over the back here. So I just have these snow hummocks in the foreground here, and then you have the frosty grasses, and then of course the ramparts in the background. Move that camera to the right a little bit, and that one to the left a little bit. That's good. Composition looks good. Okay. I'm sad to say that this is our last day in Tonquin, and as usual, it's been a really great trip. The weather wasn't so great when we first started, but as the week's gone on, the weather seems to get better and better. We just get these fantastic conditions, lots of clouds, but a bit of sun coming through, and of course the sun, the snow on the trees is just fantastic. I mean, behind me here, it's just lovely. So we've got a bit of a hike going back. It's 23 kilometers. But there's not an awful lot of elevation gain, so it's just a long haul. There's four of us hiking out as we hiked in, and 3 people are taking a horse back. But yeah, it's hard not to stop and want to take photographs every couple of minutes. Right, I'm just going to keep plodding along, and I think the hike takes about 5 hours. I think it actually took us 6 hours to get into Tonquin, so probably about the same getting out. All right.